This is the Avermedia Live Gamer 4K. This capture card goes up to 4K 60, and unlike the other capture cards I reviewed, this goes inside your PC. There's a case to be made for both portable capture cards and a capture card inside your PC. So I feel like I should mention this now before I forget to. This is actually the older version of the Live Gamer 4K, not the Live Gamer 4K 2.1. So this is the version that lets you record at 4K 60 FPS with HDR. It also only passes through 4K 60 FPS with HDR. But if you went down to say 1440p, you could get 144Hz, or even higher at 1080p. Inside the box are your usual suspects. You have the capture card itself, and a couple of different cables, and some instruction manuals, but honestly, there really isn't too much here to talk about. Inside here is an HDMI cable. Just one HDMI cable is enough to get you started, but you'll need a second HDMI cable if you ever want to output to, say, a TV. But HDMI cables are fairly commonplace and very cheap in case you ever have to buy a second one. If you need help installing this in your computer, Avermedia has some videos that can help you out. But if you're familiar with building your own PCs or even just putting a GPU in your PC, then this is a very similar process. This is, after all, a PCIe device. The only real negative is that you wouldn't be able to put this with a GPU if you have one of those mini ITX PCs. I, for one, still run a standard ATX machine, so I'm good. Unlike any of the capture cards I've featured on this channel, this is not plug and play. Even after sticking this inside your PC, this requires drivers. And these drivers can only be obtained by using their assist tool. All of this can be downloaded from their website. The installation for both the tool and the driver itself is quite easy, but it is annoying that you have to add 2 or 3 extra steps. There's also a handy utility that lets you modify the settings of the card itself in case you're not plugged into an external monitor. After installing the drivers necessary for this card, actually using it is very simple. You plug your device in the input port and you plug in your monitor in the output port, but plugging it into an output monitor is totally optional. In the case of, my own use case, I plug in my Steam Deck into a dock and then plug that dock into the capture card, and then I record it using OBS. This works out extremely well, and given that this is more of a permanent fixture in my own desktop, I don't have to fiddle with a lot of external capture cards, figuring out where to put them, and worrying about all the wires strewn about my area. And unlike the other Avermedia capture card, this one doesn't have an annoying hum sound when I record footage. And on the topic of video quality, man, the videos that this thing records is, simply put, amazing, of the highest quality. And even if you have a standard Steam Deck, you can still record in HDR. In this case, I'm using my Steam Deck OLED because it's become my main device. But man, the audio and video quality is unlike any other capture card I've used so far, and there's barely any latency to begin with as well. I really would like to measure all of this in the future, latency as well as color accuracy and, all of this stuff and others that I may be missing, but I do need the equipment to do so. But I would need some equipment to do so, and some pretty high quality production monitors which go into thousands of dollars. Obviously, the main caveat with this capture card compared to, say, all of the other ones I've used is the fact that you're essentially tied to a desktop PC. And if your PC or gaming desktop is like one of those mini ITX gaming desktops and you've already got a GPU inside it, then you're screwed basically. But in my case, I have a standard size tower, so I don't have to worry about that. Another revelation you may not necessarily realize is a lot of top content creators actually have 2 PCs. One to run the game and, actually game on without any lack of performance, and another to record the footage or stream, so to speak. At a price point of $250 normally, this is a pretty hard price to recommend for the average gamer. But it is head and shoulders above every other capture card I've used so far. And in a world where having more crisp gameplay footage is more important than ever before, I personally think it's a worthy investment in case you decide to, become a content creator or something. But given there's a newer version available, I think this will go down in price pretty soon. Even like a price reduction of $50 is pretty well worth it. Moving forward, this will probably be my main capture card. But of course, there will be cases where I have to go travel and leave the house, and so I have other portable capture cards for that moment. If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos, and if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description